It's August 4th, 1577. It's a Sunday morning, and you're packed into a little English church in a town called Bungay. Mid-prayer, sky outside goes black. Then the thunder hits, and it doesn't just rumble, it shakes the entire building. Stones can be heard groaning. People are screaming. Candles are flickering out one by one until the only light in the room comes from the lightning outside. Some folks in that church believed that they were watching the end of the world. Then the church doors swing open and a massive black dog comes through them, moving fast, eyes like fire, and when it was done, no one in that church would ever be the same. And the legend of the Black Dog of Bungay would be born.
Welcome to the Parsonage Files. Join Pastor Rick and his brother Rob each week as they explore the odd, funny, and mysterious stories from the world of faith and church history. Let's get started. Here is Pastor Rick.
Welcome to the Parsonage Files. This is where we talk about the fun and odd stories from around the world of faith and the church. My name is Rick, and I am here with my brother Rob. Hey, Rob, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Got my coffee in my Royal Caribbean cup. What are we talking about today?
Perfect. Well, good thing you have your Royal Caribbean cup because we are traveling.
To the Caribbean?
Better. To 16th century England.
Same weather.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, have you ever heard of the Black Dog of Bungay?
I haven't. I mean, I've heard of the song Black Dog.
Well, that is where they got the title from.
Does it have, like, eyes that shine burning red by chance?
It actually does. It actually does. So, let me set the scene for you here, Rob.
Please do.
All right. So, that's what's going on in the town before the storm hits.
Ooh.
Bungay is a small market town in a region called Suffolk.
Where I'm going to be ignorant. Where is that in?
It's on the eastern coast of England. Think like flatland, not a whole lot going on.
Kind of like rural Ohio?
Yeah, kind of like rural Ohio. Think of it kind of like a one stoplight kind of town.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Everybody knows everybody. Church on Sunday is just kind of what you do.
Right.
But here's something else that you need to know about England in 1577.
All right, history boy, share.
Well, the country, it was kind of a mess when it came to religion. A guy you might have heard of called Henry VIII had broken away from the Catholic Church.
Didn't he write a book about marriage?
He did, yeah. About 40 years earlier. And ever since, the country had been Protestant. Then it went back to being Catholic. And then it went to being Protestant again. It all kind of depended on who was wearing the crown. So by 1577, Elizabeth I was in charge, and the official church is the Protestant church, known as the Church of England, or the Anglican Church. But not everyone's on board, right? You've got some Catholic holdouts, you've got some hardcore Protestants pushing for more reform in the country, and right there in the middle, you've got regular people in towns like Bungay just trying to figure out what they're supposed to believe and what they're supposed to do on Sunday morning.
So what you're saying, in summary, would be that there is some tension on Sunday mornings.
Absolutely. And even in Bungay specifically, the town had been fighting about religion for years. Church records show arguments over things like decorations.
Ooh, we got big feelings about decorations.
Too bad people don't argue about decorations in church
I
anymore.
cannot relate about that at all.
Arguments about festivals and how services should be run. I just can't relate to any of this.
Not understand. I see your lips moving, but not understanding the words.
Absolutely. People accusing each other of lying in the margins of official documents.
That's some passive aggressiveness.
That's some passive aggressiveness there. It was some nasty stuff.
Right.
So picture a town that's already kind of on edge.
Okay.
Already kind of anxious. Already looking over its shoulder.
Okay.
And then earlier that year, a great comet appeared in the sky. Now, today would say, oh, cool, a comet.
But then it's an omen of something.
But in 1577, a comet meant God was trying to tell you something, and it probably wasn't something good. So that's the world.
So that's what's leading up to this whole...
That's what's leading up to this. That's the world these folks are living in when they walked into church on the morning of August 4th. So somewhere between 9 and 10 in the morning, in the middle of the church service, a storm hit. But this wasn't your average summer thunderstorm.
Okay.
The rain came down violent and hard. Lightning cracked so close that it lit up the inside of the church like a strobe light.
So basically they're in church and they just have a big old thunderstorm going on.
They do. Now imagine you're sitting in that church. It's almost completely dark except when the lightning flashes. You can't see the person next to you. It's so dark.
Okay.
The walls are kind of shaking from the thunder. People are crying, screaming, praying out loud for God to save them, because some of them think it's the end of the world. Then the back door of the church swung open.
Like movie style, right?
Yeah,
It's
like movie
boosh,
style.
Boosh. Okay.
And there was a dog, black, huge, with fiery red eyes. And it entered the church. And it moved through the church with, and this is a direct quote, great swiftness and incredible haste.
So they're in church, storm, it's scary, door flies open.
A door flies open.
In
this
comes
dog,
this hellhound.
Basically.
Okay.
So this dog comes in with fiery red eyes, and again, this is a direct quote, with great swiftness and incredible haste, it moves throughout the building. Flashes of fire all around it. Some people, they called it a dog. Others flat out called it the devil in the shape of a dog. And it ran straight down the center of the church. It passed between two people who were kneeling in prayer, and it snapped both of their necks as it ran by.
So this happens quick.
Yeah, oh, super quick. Yeah. And both of these people died instantly.
Okay.
Right? They died right there where they knelt. So, as you can imagine, everybody handled this with the utmost grace and professionalism.
Absolutely. Everyone,
No, absolutely.
a slow, steady retreat.
Every-
Fighting retreat out, right?
Everybody starts panicking. Then it got to a third man. Now, it didn't kill him, but whatever it did to his back,
He was
left
never the
him-
same.
and I'm quoting here, drawn together and shrunk up as it were a piece of leather scorched in a hot fire.
Ooh, that can't be good.
So the man, he survived, but I can't imagine that he was ever the same.
So it kills two,
Kills two,
messes up a third.
And the church clerk, who's kind of like the custodian, if you will,
Okay.
he was outside cleaning the gutters during all of this.
Wait,
service.
back it up. Why was he cleaning the gutters on a Sunday morning?
Because of the rain, he was afraid it was going to flood the church.
Oh, no, okay, that
So
makes
he was
sense.
cleaning the debris out of the gutters so the rain. So he was out in the rain.
During the service, it's raining. He goes out to make sure it doesn't flood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he said that the dog appeared to him too, but somehow,
Just left him.
it just sort of looked at him and then wandered away.
So he's out there and messing with or cleaning out the gutters. He sees the dog, but it left him be.
All right. So this is a strange story,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
So there's a bad thunderstorm.
It's a strange story. Really had to preface it
The
with
door
that.
flies open. This, for lack of a better term, hellhound, it enters the church, kills two people who are kneeling and praying, and messes up a third guy. Now, I'm kind of shocked, right? Knowing how people are with dogs, that nobody was like, oh, little puppy.
What did you do to the dog?
Well, yeah, right, yeah. What did you do to the dog to make the dog snap your neck and somehow, turn you into into Emperor Palpatine, you know?
And then there's one lady who's trying to run around with a sweater, trying to fit it for a sweater. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But be that as it may, I guess things maybe were a little bit different in 1577. Now, that's a strange story.
It is strange.
What would you say if I told you that this wasn't the only church attacked by this black dog?
Did it again at a different place?
Same day, 7 miles down the road, there's a church called Holy Trinity, and they are having their worship service at the same time.
Doing the same thing, right?
Same exact storm. It's dark. And then all of a sudden, all the candles burn out.
Okay.
And the only thing lighting the church are the flashes of the lightning, just like a horror.
The horror movie, yeah.
Just like a horror movie. And somebody looks up and screams, and everybody looks up, and in the rafters
Oh, no.
is this dog with glowing red
Oh, shut
eyes.
up.
It gets better. It definitely gets better.
Okay.
Then the dog swung down into the congregation, Errol Flynn style.
Okay.
So imagine a dog taking its paws, grabbing a rope or what have you, and swinging like a pirate
Down into the
down into the congregation.
fur flying.
Yeah. Red eyes burning.
Right.
And it then jumps into the congregation.
Okay.
It kills 2 men and a small boy.
That's sad.
It burned another person's hand.
What's up with the burning?
Well, it's a hellhound that's going to have some fire.
Maybe it's just accidentally burning these people and shriveling them. I mean, if you're a burning dog, it might be hard not to do it.
Always taking the dog side.
Well, you know, it is a dog.
Then
I'm dog-centric.
Then I love this detail.
Okay.
Right. It flew out of the church in what one account calls a hideous and hellish likeness.
Flew out as in euphemism for running fast?
No.
Flew out like
flew out as in flew like Superman out the window. Then the church steeple collapsed through the roof.
Oh, uncool.
And the whole church was wrecked.
Okay.
But here's the part that still draws people today.
Oh, is there stuff you can see still?
Oh, yeah. So
okay.
On the big north door of that church, which has been rebuilt,
okay,
there are 4 burn marks.
To this day.
And they're kind of tear-shaped. They're scorched right into the wood, and the locals have called them the devil's fingerprints.
So like for 450 years, these
for
burn marks
450 years. And you can still walk up and see them. People do all the time. Tourists show up in the town primarily just to see the burn marks from where this devil dog left its mark after attacking the church.
That's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. It is kind of cool. So one more thing before we move on.
Okay.
At a nearby abbey, Leiston Abbey.
For crying out loud, a third one?
And we're again another 7 miles from Blytheburg. If you notice, it's jumping 7 miles each time.
Is that 777? Or am I reading too much into that?
I have no idea, but I just thought that was kind of interesting. It's 7 miles each time.
It is.
Archaeologists in 2014 dug up the skeleton of a very large dog there on the grounds of Leiston Abbey. And of course, it was picked up by the local media. One of the headlines was 7-foot hellhound found near site of demonic attack.
I love British headlines.
I know. Great headline.
Yeah.
One problem. The researchers took one look at it and said, nope, it was a well cared for old farm dog, probably a wolf dog. Hybrid type.
Okay.
It had some bad hips. It had arthritic joints, and
not exactly the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, no. No.
So interesting stories, but was this story part of local lore that it came down to us?
Interesting.
How do we get that today?
So we primarily know this from a pamphlet.
Okay.
And almost everything that we know comes from this one guy, a London writer named Abraham Fleming. And he published this pamphlet about
related to Ian?
I don't know. He published a pamphlet about the incident in 1577. So the same year that it happened.
Okay.
And the title alone is...
Oh, what did he call it?
Yeah, it's kind of a thing. He called it A Strange and Terrible Wonder Wrought Very Late in the Parish Church of Bungay in a town of no great distance from the city of Norwich.
Oh, I love those titles. They're like the size of a book.
We're not done.
Oh, shut up. There's more?
Namely, the 4th of this August, in the year of our Lord, 1577, in a great tempest of violent rain, lightning, and thunder, the like whereof hath been seldom seen.
That is the longest title ever.
We're not done.
Oh, shut up.
With the appearance of a horrible shaped thing, sensibly perceived of the people then and there assembled, drawn into a plain method according to the written copy by Abraham Fleming.
If anyone could have used some editing, would be that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, why buy the book? You got the whole thing there in the title.
It's like, yeah. So that's the title.
Is he at least use commas?
Oh, there's a lot of commas. But Rob, that's the title of a pamphlet.
What's the line called? Is it an M dash? The long line?
Yeah.
That is so bad, dude. Get an editor.
And I don't know what this says about people, but people bought this pamphlet. They paid money for it.
Because it was really unclear what was in it because the title was so not descriptive.
Well, the man put the whole story in the title and he still charged for it. I mean, respect for the hustle, man.
Right?
I mean, wow. But here's the thing about it. Fleming, he wasn't there. Never went to Bungay. He says so himself.
So this isn't a first-hand account from him.
No, he says he was working from someone else's written account.
Does he say who this person is?
And he doesn't really say anything about who it was, and he did kind of have an agenda. Fleming was a Puritan.
Oh.
And he framed the whole thing as God's punishment for sin.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could see that coming from a mile away.
So this really wasn't what we would call journalism.
More kind of like a sermon, right?
It was really a sermon with a monster in it.
Right.
I'm not saying not effective, but you have to kind of understand what it is we're dealing with here.
Did it really happen the way he said? Yeah.
Yeah. And
I mean, Richard.
Yeah.
Haven't you gone the distance for a good sermon illustration? I mean,
yeah, but
I
know
feel for this guy.
But I know when to stop for a title. And here's the kicker. His pamphlet actually contains two separate accounts. The first one, lightning strike, people hurt, church damaged, no dog. The second account is where the black dog shows up. So even within this one pamphlet, the only source that mentions a creature at all.
Story kind of just contradicts itself then.
Yeah, it contradicts itself.
But it's a good story.
Yeah. But the official Bungay church records confirm the storm.
So there was a storm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The parish register also records 2 deaths in the belfry.
Wait, back it up. So there are official records. A storm happened and 2 people were killed.
Yeah. No recording of a dog, but that there was a storm and 2 people did die during the worship.
And that's not
service.
nothing. I mean, that's some fact that this story could be wrapped around. It's not complete myth.
So there's 2 other written accounts relatively close, within a few years of the event.
Okay.
One is known as Stow's Annals, and there's no dog in that story, just a storm hit a church and people died. Okay. And also Holinshed's Chronicles from 1587, which Fleming himself helped to edit. And
is that where we got the story from?
And there's no dog in that one either.
So one could conclude that he heard that story working on the first piece and then added the dog for
perhaps, yeah,
sermon flair.
Yeah, absolutely. Every other historical record says the same thing. Terrible storm, people died, that's it. The dog only exists in one pamphlet written by one guy in London who wasn't even there.
But the legend is born. So that's a heck of a story.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I don't know, man. Either everybody else missed the giant demonic dog.
So you would think someone would have noticed that, right?
So you would have thought somebody would have noticed it. So how about the evidence today? Well, the first church there in Bungay.
Did it leave any type of marks there?
Well, according to Fleming, there were some claw marks that were left in the door when it had taken its paw and pushed the door
open, right?
Right. The problem is that door was destroyed in a fire in 1688.
Of course.
Now, reports say that before 1688, for the century before that, you could go and see the claw marks in the door.
Okay.
But we can't examine that today.
Because they are gone.
Right. Now, the burn marks at Blytheburg.
That's the second church.
Yeah, the devil's fingerprints. They're still there, right? You can still go.
That's what you said. Yeah, you can go there today and see them.
Absolutely. But researchers now believe they're something called a witch mark.
Which has nothing to do with hellhounds.
Well, witch marks are burns people deliberately put on church doors with candles to ward off evil.
Oh.
It was a practice done on many, many churches, and over the years, it's just been attributed to the hellhound. And of course, our giant hellhound skeleton from the nearby abbey, just an old farm dog with bad hips.
Aw, poor guy.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. None of that stopped Bungay from putting the black dog on its coat of arms, their church weather vane, and the name of their local football team.
The Black Dogs?
Or as we would call it here, in the colonies, soccer team.
So they have themselves a footy team.
They do. And the town totally embraces it. And honestly, I kind of get it.
Yeah, they do the whole Roswell thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Point Pleasant thing. And we can't really, blame a town for leaning into its mythical past.
Oh, no, absolutely. We would do the same thing at Groveport United Methodist Church.
Absolutely.
Worship services, 10:30 a.m. Sunday, online or in person.
May or may not have a hellhound coming to visit.
You never know who could come and visit us.
So it looks like England has a problem with big black demonic dogs.
Well, it's not just England. Go with me to France in the year 856.
It's like, what, 700 years earlier?
Yeah, almost 700 years before Bungay.
Oh, and was it the same story?
Yeah, so there was a church, and they're in the middle of their worship service, or I guess mass.
Right.
And the doors were shut. Didn't matter. Apparently, a black dog materialized inside.
Oh, I've heard this.
Walked up and down the aisles like it was looking for someone.
A particular person.
And then it vanished.
So no one got mauled.
No, not in this story. So this isn't just a weird English thing.
No.
Yeah, not even close. In England and Scandinavia, there was a tradition called the Church Grim. Have you ever heard of this?
No, but I'm thinking of some people that might apply to.
So when I first heard this, I thought of Grimace.
The big purple guy.
The big purple guy from McDonald's. But it has nothing to do with Grimace. All right. So the Church Grim.
Okay.
And this one's wild. And if you are listening with your pup, you might want to cover their ears.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
So when a new churchyard was built, somebody had to guard it.
Right.
Not from thieves or vandals, but from the devil himself.
Because he would steal the bones?
Well, the belief was that the first soul buried in a new churchyard got stuck with that job forever.
Oh.
So to spare a human soul, they'd bury...
I didn't think I know where this is going.
They'd bury a pitch black dog alive under the foundation.
Oh, good heavens.
And the dog's ghost became the guardian of that holy ground. And they called it the Church Grim.
I could have lived without that knowledge.
And this one rare. This was a common practice at churches all over England and Scandinavia. In Yorkshire, they said the Grim would ring the church bell at midnight before someone in town died.
So, in my mind, is the later stories that we were talking about earlier. That's just one dog who is tired of having to do work. He's like, you know what? I am done guarding you people.
Well, that is one interpretation, that it is the Church Grim, and he is tired of this job, and he
didn't ask for this.
He didn't ask for this, and he wants to retire.
Can you blame the poor guy?
No, guess not. So, in Central America, there's the Querio. Picture a massive black dog, bigger than any breed you've seen.
Okay. Does it have glowing eyes too?
Of course. It's got glowing red eyes and hooves like a goat.
Stop.
And it stalks people walking alone at night through the villages of Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras.
Okay.
But here's the interesting part. It runs from crosses.
Like a vampire?
It runs from prayer.
Okay, like a vampire.
And it's almost like it knows that it needs to be afraid
of God.
Okay. In Islamic tradition, black dogs are directly associated with Satan.
Okay.
And in Japan,
same thing, huh?
There are dog spirits connected to shrine worship that go back almost 1,000 years.
So what you're alluding to is we've got different continents, different countries, different religions, all with the same basic story.
Yeah, black dogs.
Black dogs being an omen of something bad.
Of something bad happening. So different continents, different countries, different religions even, same story. Something dark and terrifying showing up at the door of a holy place in the form of a dog.
I have two dogs that would think that are personally insulted by the idea of a black dog being the bad guy.
Do you know what your dogs are doing in the middle of the night when you're asleep? They could be out running around, terrorizing local villagers in Guatemala.
Probably explains why they're so tired all day and they sleep all day. Because they've been out all night in Guatemala.
That's why they need a second breakfast.
Right? That's why they need second breakfast.
Yeah. So,
fear fuel.
So what actually happened? Here's what we know for sure. On August 4th of 1577, a violent thunderstorm hit 2 churches in Suffolk, England. People died, buildings were damaged, and I think we can safely say that part is documented and nobody really disputes it. What we don't know for sure is whether a giant black dog actually walked through those churches. The only person who wrote that down was a guy in London who wasn't there.
Right.
who
had an agenda.
who had a significant religious agenda and whose own pamphlet can't keep its story straight.
Right.
And again, we're not talking a novel, we're talking a pamphlet, right?
Right.
So some researchers think that what people saw...
Don't say ball lightning. Don't say ball lightning.
Ball lightning. A rare phenomenon where a glowing ball of electrical energy...
It's always ball lightning.
It's always ball lightning. Moves through in a closed space during a storm. And it burns things, and it moves fast. And it would have looked terrifying in a pitch dark church full of panicking people.
Pastor Rick.
Yeah.
As someone who's watched a lot of paranormal television in his day,
yes,
ball lightning is always the excuse. It's always the excuse for UFOs, crop circles, mystery lights. How many ball lightnings have you seen in your 5 decades on this planet? Not at COSI.
No, I've never seen ball lightning. And here's what's interesting. Scientists still don't fully understand how ball lightning works. In fact, some even say that it might not even exist. So even the quote-unquote...
That's my point, is they always use it as an excuse, and it might not even be a thing.
So even the quote-unquote scientific explanation has, well, a little mystery left.
Right.
Yeah. Others say it was just a regular lightning hitting a tall building with metal fixtures.
Which is completely believable.
Right. And the story about the dog came later. But then there's the simplest explanation of all.
Basically just people that got freaked out by a storm?
Yeah, scared people in a dark room during the worst storm of their lives, living in a time when the devil felt, well, very real.
Right. I mean, yes, they thought the devil walked the earth.
Yeah, and they saw what their fear told them to see. So if you like this episode, do me a favor and hit subscribe and leave us a review. It really does help more people find the show. And if you are in the Columbus, Ohio area and you've been looking for a church, invite you to check us out. You can find us at groveportumc.org.
If someone would come to your church on Sunday mornings, would they be guaranteed to see a dog swing down from the rafters?
There would not be a dog, but I have to tell you, one time there was a dog attending church.
Did it swing down from the rafters?
No, it was sitting in the third pew from the back.
Oh.
I didn't notice until halfway through my sermon, and I thought I saw a little fuzzy head pop up, and then I'm like, and then I thought it was a little doodle of some kind, a little white doodle, and I thought it was an older person with a perm.
Right, as they do.
But then I couldn't figure out why somebody with a perm would be sitting on the lap of somebody else.
Hey, you know what? Don't judge.
And then
judge.
But then I looked around, and nobody in the whole congregation was reacting to this dog. So I thought maybe I was just seeing things.
Right.
Yeah. Until after the service, and the dog came up to shake my hand. So
because dogs are polite.
Yeah, well, yeah. So,
so no hellhound will be at.
I can guarantee you there will be no hellhound. I cannot guarantee you that there will not be a tremendous thunderstorm.
Some things you can control, some things you can't.
We can't. So, again, thank you for listening to the Parsonage Files. I'm Pastor Rick, and this is my brother Rob. See you next time.
Have a good one.